Welcome back, PetaPixel viewers. It is Chris Nichols here, and we have an amazing treat for you today, a really rare opportunity. We're coming to you from Nishioi in Tokyo, Japan, and look at this. We're at the new Nikon Global headquarters. We are the first North American media to get a tour of this beautiful building, and we want to bring you along. Okay, now of course, our show is from Canada, from North America, and so I like to say Nikon. That's how we say Nikon in North America, but because we're here in Tokyo, I'm going to say Nikon today, and I'm very excited to get into the Nikon Global headquarters, but I just want to give you guys a bit of history of this area. So in Nishioi, in the infancy of Japan's optical divisions, they had all the optical factories in this area, and so the street that the new headquarters is built on is Kogakudori, which is Optical Street, because this is where the workers would go off the train, go to the factory, and just, make beautiful optics. So it's just interesting to see the headquarters come back to where it all started. Okay, come with me. So when you first enter the lobby here at Nikon Global headquarters, the first thing you're gonna notice is this atrium, and that's exactly what it's called, the atrium. 24-meter wide screen. Obviously you can do presentations here. Definitely a cool space. The Innovation Center is hiding a few Easter eggs. Here's one of them if you guys can see. N-I-K-O-N, Nikon. So one thing that you really notice when you enter the Nikon Global headquarters here is the light is beautiful. Hopefully you can see that here. It's very soft, very gentle, very relaxing. And the project was actually named City of Light. And so you can see the inspiration for trying to get this beautiful natural light. The building has eaves designed to reflect any light from outside back inside the building. And not only does that give you really beautiful light to work under, but it also saves you energy costs. So if you're an employee or a very lucky visitor, you get to come to Dining 1917. Beautiful cafeteria, really good food, inari sushi, better than my mom makes, don't tell her that. And 1917, of course, is the year that Nippon Kogaku Kogyo Kaushiki Gaisha was formed. So a very, very cool piece of history. So we have this very beautiful, very modern looking building, but there's more to it than that. When Nikon designed this building, they wanted to be as energy efficient as possible, as close to net zero emissions as possible. So the Mitsubishi Jisho company designed the building, and it has some very interesting features to keep it as energy efficient as possible. Solar panels on the roof. We talked about how it's using a lot of natural light being collected, so that, we're not using a lot of energy to power lighting in the building. There's also other interesting things. For example, air conditioning. It's a modern system which prioritizes areas that are being used in the building so that cooling is only going where employees need to be. This building actually achieved a 6-star rating in the Bell system. It just shows that it's very energy efficient, so much so that it was actually able to get a lot of green loans. But it just shows that Nikon is very concerned with environmental progress and making their projects as energy efficient as possible. Okay, so Nikon headquarters has convinced me that every corporate headquarters should have a konbini, a convenience store inside it. And that's actually significant because both the museum space and this beautiful area in here where people can sit and hang out is open to the public. So let's go into Lawson's and get ourselves a sandwich. Okay, so we have another very interesting Easter egg here. So some sections of the tiling in the main lobby, they're actually putting optical glass, the same stuff that would make the lenses, into the floors here. Very cool. So we have that beautiful staircase there. I should probably use it. I could stand to get back in shape, but we're just about to enter the collaboration area here. And this is a place where employees can get together, get work done, do meetings. So let's go check that out. I'll show you that next. So in this beautiful modern building, Nikon employees have the flexibility. They can go and work wherever they would be most comfortable, just to get, a nice relaxing workspace and get work done. And so you've got these portable battery packs, just charging stations all over, and you can plug it in, Z63, there we go, get some juice while we're doing our tour. Full, there we go, work all day. So each floor has its own divisions. Floor 3, for example, is very exciting to us because that's where Nikon Imaging is. But here we're on the grand staircase between floors 4 and 5. And this is a really nice place, of course, to relax, get some work done, but also different departments can meet here and collaborate and work together. All right, so look, this is so beautiful. We're on the 5th floor terrace, just a really nice place to come out, relax, get refreshed, maybe hold some meetings or have a bit of lunch. You have this beautiful view. The Shinkansen's going by here, downtown Tokyo off in the distance. Just a beautiful little place to relax. Oh. Okay, but now I know this is the part that you want to see. The Nikon Museum has just recently opened. We get exclusive access to take a look at it. It's been closed for us here to take a look. So come with me, let's go see all the cool stuff in here. Okay, so of course, this is the first thing you notice. Look at the size of this beautiful optical grade glass ingot. Gorgeous, we're even allowed to touch it there. You can see how they would just cut sections out of this to make large optical elements. So one of the really interesting things about this museum is you see that Nikon didn't just do photography. I mean, it's all sorts of diverse applications, semiconductor business. This is very cool, like ultra micro Nikkor 29.5 millimeter f1.2 lens. This is for microfilm. Like you can see here, tiny little dot. That's our microfilm there, and that's what it blows up to so that you can read. This is really neat. Look at this. 1925. This is the first Nikon made microscope. Look at that, beautiful. This is quite fascinating. So Nikon made a whole bunch of surveying equipment, for making sure that everything's level for development projects. But what I found really interesting actually is over here. So this is spider silk, and actually spider silk to make the grid lines in the surveying equipment because it has to be that fine, that precise. The spider silk is very resistant to any changes in temperature and expansion. We won't find it in our cameras, but oddly enough, I did actually have a Nikon SLR that had a spider in it for a short amount of time. That was interesting. I can see it in the actual viewfinder. So seeing a lot of Nikon's history, I mean, it's very important, it's very cool, but this is the piece de resistance, right? I mean, this is what we really want to see. Look at all of these beautiful Nikon cameras. Now this we have definitely talked about on the show. Look at this. Oh, the Nikon 35 Ti, the Nikon 28 Ti. There is one that I can own temporarily, unless I find a way to cut the cable. Look at this. I mean, Z6 III or 35 Ti. Beautiful. Look at those steam gauges. That's what I want. That's so classy. I love that. Oh, look at this piece of history here. Beautiful. Nikon SP. Sounds so good. Just the fact you actually get to touch and play with a lot of stuff, that's pretty rare to have, especially when we're talking high quality stuff like SPs, original Nikon Fs, MD1 motor drive. Oh, I could be a sports photographer in the 70s if I still smoked. I just want it to sound like this. Give me an electronic shot that sounds like that. I think I want an F6. Okay, and then look at this. You got this wall of Nikkor optics. Those ones you can touch, these ones you can't. I didn't find out by looking at the sign. I found out by touching them and then being told I should not touch them. 105, 1.4, that is a nice lens. So of course, any good museum has a fantastic gift shop, and this is very cool. Look at all the merch that you can get here. Nikon Museum strap. Oh, I should get one of those. Poster for the office. This camera not for sale. Oh, I like the fans. Very cool. All right, so as you can see, night is approaching. That means that we have had a long but wonderful day here at Nikon General Headquarters, and I hope you guys did too. Beautiful building. I mean, huge thanks to Nikon for letting us enter the building, see a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, the beautiful design, and then of course the Nikon Museum, fantastic. I mean, that again is open to the public. It's free of charge. So if you ever find yourself in the Tokyo area, it's worth coming down here to Nishioi and visiting it. Even if you're not a Nikon camera user, I think if you love photography, you'll love that experience. And hopefully you got even just a small taste of it from our video. This is something on the podcast that had a lot of interest, so we're really happy that we're able to do it for you, and I had the best time. But all fun things must come to an end. It's time to call it a night. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave those below. Any questions about the museum or the cameras we saw, I'll help you as best I can. Of course, do check out the PetaPixel podcast on this channel or all your favorite podcasting apps. I'm sure we'll be talking about our experience quite extensively there. And of course, there's some really cool merch there in the Nikon Museum. Definitely stuff that I want to get. I know Jaren's going to buy a bunch of stuff as well. But if you're also looking for PetaPixel merch, you can find that online at store.petapixel.com. Check out all of our hoodies and shirts. We'd love for you guys to support us there. And thank you as always for joining us here on PetaPixel. We'll see you shortly. And I think I'm going to go back to saying Nikon. I slipped up so many times during the making of this video. So next time, Nikon. But you got one video out of me.